it's
That's real hit or miss.
it is hit or miss. And usually, I mean, people were picking. Okay, they do go with the Earthshaker. It's the easiest one, right? It's also good for the disable in the game. They needed a little bit more, especially like the hard lockdown versus Puck. We were talking about how
on a team for a while. He's been playing the pubs, but can he back it up in professional play? That still is yet to be determined. Liquid may have gotten their 2-0 over Talon, but this opponent is a very different beast.
At least he doesn't have big shoes to fill. I think that's one of the things. You know, shouldn't be a lot of pressure on him in terms of replacing Nisha. Like, Nisha's completely washed. Hasn't really won anything big recently.
Yeah.
He's only won TI once. Whatever, man. It's not even that good these days, so...
And, of course, really, Nisha only contributed inside of the game. He didn't really help outside of the game, like in a recent tournament that they won where, like, drafting was very important.
Exactly. The shoes are just not that big. There should be some decent pressure.
At the same time, though, Avery, I was thinking about this, and I know you've got a bone to pick with Team Liquid. I know you hate their love, friendship, and magic, and
no, I don't hate it, Austin. I just don't believe it.
Okay,
there's a difference. I just don't believe
well,
it's real.
You believe it's all a facade.
Yes.
But if there was any team you could stand in for, I feel like Liquid has to be one of the teams that would be better to stand in. Does manage to block in Boxy. I don't think this is a fight he wants to take. The dagger is pretty tough to beat in one-on-one situations. Meanwhile, Rue is there on the other side trying to secure this power room, but at the same time, they're going to be able to pick up the kill on Rue, and Bryle is not done yet, but a final enchant totem hit will snag the kill. Trade-off of support for Core, but they do manage to get the first blood. Laurel once more, and he'll have it too. He will get a second kill out of this matchup.
Base damage. Just
Boxy's going to be in trouble, rather. Boxy, he thought he can maybe pick up the kill on Laurel, but Maposhka sets up Laurel for a triple.
That is exact. If you ever get hit by totems, you don't have the early armor to deal with it.
Yeah, literally the only thing that was missing for...
He's dead again.
Yeah, he is. The only thing that was missing in this matchup for Earthshaker was like chip damage, which he now gets off of his passive, right? Of all the, we saw how many times he was getting hit. Saberlight's gonna die in the bottom lane. Gets boxed, but he does manage to get a little bit more damage out. Maybe boxed, he finished the job. Maposhka takes out from the dagger. Radon's gonna be in some trouble as the cold feet will take him out as well. So Liquid do manage to get a bit of a rebuttal there.
Lost Vanguard being delivered off the courier that didn't get there. We now see it completed for the stand game. If you have that on Saberlight, that's a completely different exchange as well.
For sure.
So it's pretty sad for Saberlight, but really good for the Liquid supports here. They needed some kind of boost to get these ults online. They're making the big move.
Burrow Strike, follow up. Laurel
does
have a shield rune. He is not an easy kill. Echo Slam goes down, but he's locked down by the cold feet. He's going to try and finish up Saberlight. Cannot deliver the final blow. Saberlight with the Vanguard. This time he'll survive.
That's a big move for Liquid to make. A very risky one, going into the shield rune shaker, but they get the payoff. That is massive. Getting Bryle back in this game, making up for what Saberlight did not get.
No, he's not.
I'm not scared of an out-of-control Centaur. You go, whoa, he's going to hoof stomp me, and then he has a bunch of defensive items anyway.
He's going to activate his Blade Mail. And there he goes, activates his Blade Mail. But Mickey isn't afraid. He does have Boxy here, trying to put him into the wheel. Oh, it didn't take. He was just outside of the AoE. Does not get taunted in.
Very technical hero.
Very technical.
It takes a very strong support player to play Ringmaster. We're seeing here.
And of course, that's why you were having so much trouble playing the hero. The Ancient stack. Saberlight making the call. Somebody help me out here. Ice Blast is coming in. They're all going to try and go for the Saberlight kill, but at the same time, they got baited into the Ice Blast. I don't think they realized A was level 6. As a result, Radon goes down. Now Coil out onto Maposhka. He'll die as well. They do manage to pick up 2 kills. They lost the majority of the Ancient stack, though.
Whoopee cushion. Aggressive whoopee cushion.
Hits him with another dagger. Slows him down. Does he have more in his pocket? 3 more seconds. It's going to take too long. Rue, nice sidestep there. He's been performing very well for Team Spirit. I would say him and Laurel has been the deadly duo for Team Spirit this season, and they're going to pop out and punish Boxy for trying to get aggressive.
This combo's just so easy. You ever catch these isolated heroes, Toad never going anywhere. Pretty nice AO. Best target you can get in this early game on this gyro for sure, and it's an annoying matchup.
Echo goes out, and Bryle face shift, but the snowball chases after him. Does manage to get to the other side of the Fissure. Oh, double skill shots running his way, but both are going to miss.
Honestly, amazing Brow gets out of there. Spirit just missing some spells at the end, though. He had nothing left.
He doesn't. He is level 6, but he didn't have the mana maybe for his ult.
Tower is under attack.
Does end up going down.
This feels like one of those games Spirit could be 5K ahead right now, and a lot of nice recovery on Liquids.
Yeah.
I mean, this support duo is one of the best in the world for a reason. They just made a lot happen from some pretty bad positions. Looking for the, not the 12-minute room, but looking for the kill that would lead into it.
Waning Rift into trying to get position for the coil because they say that's all they need from the puck. As long as you hit the coil, you got the Ice Blast. You hit the Ice Blast alongside the Wukong's command. There's nothing Team Spirit can do. They have no save.
And Radon just sitting here watching the enemy carry make the move ahead of him.
And now Radon, well, Liquid haven't left, sir. Okay, another failed wheel there. But it does keep some of the other heroes from Spirit a little bit at bay. They still want to be able to pick up this Radon kill. Do manage to get it. The silence is out onto the puck. In some trouble. Re-silence up. We can see this is why the Muerta is so deadly for the puck. Silenced again and again and again. Now going after the Ancient Apparition. Turns around. Tries to go after Rue. But he activates his ultimate. Mickey can't do much about that. They go for Mopochka instead. But a dead shot stops. No, actually does manage to get off the epicenter. Slowing down these heroes. But Saberlight is met by Laurel. And Collapse will deliver the final blow. Chasing after Boxy next. But
send the illusion in.
Keep going. Yeah.
Play these games where Shaker always has to go first. He's one of your big damage dealers.
Ice Blast coming out to the mid lane. Another coil combo. This time it's going to be Burrow Strike into the Ice Blast. Picks up Mopochka.
I mean, these Liquid supports are still having pretty good games, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, Insania is the richest out of everybody, making this AA work. It's going to continue to scale up really well here.
Shit. And now Liquid almost seem to want to try and get a punish out of this situation. Setting up for the epicenter. Thinking about pumping it, but not pulling through with it. Mickey is going to try and make the initiation instead. Ice Blast going to be off the mark. No, does manage to hit Collapse as he blinks into it.
This is so awkward
but
for
it
both.
missed Wukong's command. A Burrow Strike is going to land onto Rue. They're trying to get anything they can out of this situation. Insania on the side does end up going down. And with Laurel and Radon joining the fight, Liquid have to retreat.
I don't want to take this fight without the AA Blast. Especially if they don't have vision for a good setup.
They're still thinking about turning it around despite it being a 4 versus 5.
Yeah, but you have to go on supports here or the gyro.
Hit Mopochka to try and get a quick kill out of him, but he's going to be able to snowball up. They throw out the wheel and help a little bit. No, Echo Slam goes out. They do manage to hit an immediate Burrow Strike off that one, but the burst damage isn't going to be enough. The epicenter keeps on taking a little bit more damage. Do manage to finish off Laurel. A big core down inside of Spirit, but Liquid are on the retreat with their support, trying to back away from Radon while Bryle executes on the side. Does manage to pick up the kill onto Rue. Radon and Collapse are still healthy enough that Liquid do not feel like they can keep going. A 2-for-3 exchange. Who was that benefiting, Avery? Because number-wise, it says Liquid, but they did lose 2 of their really important cores.
I mean, Bryle getting that kill at the end really helps him. This is, again, the supports.
Okay, now it's got to be Liquid.
Yeah, support's making plays here. Any fight that goes even for Liquid right now is technically a win since they're behind from this early game. The gyro living is big for Spirit at the same time. Bryle living is really nice for Liquid. And you did get the Monkey King kill.
Another fast play. Liquid continuing their typical tempo. Ice Blast coming in. Mopochka can't see it coming. He snowballs for a bit of relief, but he will find none inside the Sandstorm. Instant burrow to his death.
A haste room for the puck. It's a deadly place to be right now. You're just getting run down. No time to set up the map.
Yeah, Team Spirit constantly on the back foot, stumbling it seems. But this time,
burrow.
Do not lose Rue. Saberlight, yeah, held off on the burrow perhaps.
I guess you can argue flat cannon's maybe a little more reliable than hitting a big Wukong, but that's about it.
Yeah, they're like
the guy you want to jump.
I mean, they're going to go for it with the Ice Blast. They feel like, oh no, the Stampede. Laurel jumps into the Ice Blast, but with the Stampede, they're all able to escape. And Radon hit one hell of an ultimate out there. Tower's going to fall. Radon chasing after heroes.
Yeah, that was not it.
He's caught Mickey. Mickey forced to use the Wukong's command defensively here to try and reset. A flat cannon shot. Tries to dodge it so he can jump away into the trees in case Spirit chase for more. But all they'll get is that Ancient Apparition in that Sand King. But still, again, this is a time that Liquid needs to be winning fights. Instead, they are losing them. The coil, I guess.
It's coil or it's the strike.
And are
Boundless.
you? Yeah, that's true. And are you willing to invest that much into killing the Centaur? Like maybe you still lose the fight even if you do kill the Centaur.
Dead again here.
Radabatos into the calling, constantly silent. Snowball's gonna hit him. Dead shot back into the snowball. very
Laurel,
well executed.
he has just been cleaning Saberlight up in this game.
Yeah.
I mean, he's turned into Midas territory. That's our system.
Your system is a street fight.
Our system is you suck more than we do.
We're better than you. Get used to it. Rue on the tail end of his haste rune.
Yeah, he bites the bullet there. That is a smoke that Spirit are happy to give him up for.
Sure.
Because the BKBs are closing in here. That was the Mjolnir done for Mickey. He wants a team.
Carl, pipe is pretty much done. We're going to see it flying out here in a second for the Centaur.
Yeah, they're going to have pretty much everything here. You could take a fight without the Gyro BKB since he doesn't have to be the front line here.
Sure.
But you also don't have to. You just
Trying to
farm
go for a little pick off here. Sand King joining him on the bot with the coil. He's stuck inside the Sandstorm.
Now, I think Liquid need to approach these next fights once these items come out in terms of poking like that. Go on a target, drop a Vortex, drop a cold. He is going early BKB. That's his disengage item, or his item to just stand there and ignore all the spell damage.
Got an opening. Collapse.
Ooh,
It's the initiation, finds Boxy, who actually did have a kill streak going on. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Saberlight also going to get caught here by the two-man team. Maposhka and Radon. Rue going to join him. A second
Really
pickoff. Back-to-back, Team Spirit beginning to pick up some pace here.
When Spirit are ahead, they rarely group up as 5 unless you're looking at that ultra late. They're often looking for 2 plays at the same time, so they don't just put all.
A Centaur you can't kill. You've got a shield rune on Laurel, and you've got an Aegis on Radon. You're not killing any of these cores.
Middle tower
Not without paying the iron price, anyway.
You can rat this game. It's definitely viable. Don't want to give up too many pickoffs, though.
And that is the downside of these supports. They are very much glass cannon types. They're a heavy amount of damage, but one stomp is really all it takes.
Broach done for the gyro. I mean, Radon is a beast right now. To the cross map smoke. Another classic Aegis play.
Yep.
Bottom tower is under
I don't think they want to go high ground too early in this game, so I feel like they're going to do one of those other options.
I feel like they're
They will
strong
look for
enough
the
to
tusk
force it. Got
pickoff.
the pick off. Oh, no. Box save
He might be
for
silent.
now, but he's still stuck inside the calling. An epicenter comes out, but there's really no damage threat behind that. Not anymore. Stampede got to be used to catch up to that Sand King. They try and save him with the wheel. He burrow strikes away, but the death shot will still find its mark. Now Boxy, he turns around for a fear. TP out. A stun is there. 3 kills.
It's getting a little out of hand right now because Radon didn't even go to this fight.
Yeah.
He's just pushing in bottom. He pushes in mid, farms extra jungle on here after he already went to early pipe.
Okay.
bottom tower has
It's just
fallen.
insult to injury, right? It's just like, what are you going to do to initiate on these heroes and bring them down?
Trying to go for a quick kill onto Laurel here. Laurel, he will activate his BKB now. Liquid need to disengage, but Boxy, he's not able to hop out of this danger.
Not too bad.
Likely stuck in a Glimmer Cape, actually going in for more. Collapse hit the stomp on 2 though. And Saberlight was not able to get off a good epicenter. He's going to try and charge it up now. Hit by the Fisher and knocked down by Radon before any more ults go out. Now Mickey, he commits to the kill
There's a
on
man
Blast.
fight.
And now he's man fighting up against Radon with the rest of the BKB. He will get that Aegis. TP's away. Snowball to stop him. Out punch. That'll stop the TP out. And Mickey will not have the damage, and he will not have the defensive capability to take the rest of the fight.
Maposhka's position is just so good. In fact, you get that punch on the...
Yatoro, I'm pretty sure, saw Mickey making his way through here. Maposhka stays up in the high ground. He's actually scouting Brile here.
Under attack.
Yeah, what is...
Pops out. Oh, quick punch! A
What was
box
that
goes down,
damage?
but he is almost dead. He will manage to get off the phase shift and, oh, doesn't blink away. What happened there? Instantly tagged, I suppose, by the Aghanims from Radon. He didn't do the blink to the direction he was facing, I guess.
Yeah, trying to go a different direction to maybe hope he escapes, but there is no escape from the gyrocopter.
He was probably facing the wall. He was probably facing up, right?
I think
So,
he,
like,
yeah, I
if
think
he
he
blinks
felt
up,
he
he's dead anyway,
couldn't
so,
blink off the map, but...
yeah.
Oh, it's got your tree cut.
Darkest.
Laurel trying to catch him. Does manage to hit him with the enchant totem stun, but Mickey is out. That doesn't really matter too much.
Not doing any favors for you.
Mickey has done a notably good job of...
he can't afford to get caught
maybe
here.
I just cursed him. I was going to say, he's managed to dodge a lot of these gang Shivas. Oh, he jumped away to a tree, but he's locked down by the Rod of Atos. I did curse him.
Yeah, you cursed him. Wow, that was...
I was going to say,
really
he's
bad.
done a good job of dodging all of these attempted ganks from Team
But you
Spirit.
cursed him so bad you didn't even have time to curse. What do you... I'll tell you who I know would be. There's one guy I absolutely know.
Samael?
Seb, for sure, dude. That guy would not care.
There you
He
go.
would genuinely not care.
Hell yeah.
He would be wrong, but he would not care. He would lose, but he would believe he would win.
Trying to get the BKB out of Radon. Got it.
I mean, that Silver Edge is already done, by the way.
Yeah, it was Shadowblade Silver Edge and like
Sold the
space of
Falcon
2
Blade.
minutes.
That is so much burst damage. You combine that with the punch here, with a boxing glove, and you are smacking some kids out of that Silver Edge hit.
You can see Team Spirit just setting up traps. Saberlight tries
That's a
to
bad miss.
punish. Instead, will find himself punished.
Oh, that's a bad miss.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a hard go, but he's probably not aware you're sitting on that obs. Really deflates that play instantly. Gem on Collapse has controlled the map. Not a lot of vision available for Liquid. Overextend on the high ground with the next Aegis? That is a fight that could go your way. Would require a lot, but that is the kind of fight that can play into the Wukong ring.
When Muerta can casually set up the kill on your mid laner like
Add
that.
timer. So they know it's not spawned. You're going to have another in 30 seconds. You can smoke out with this puck and look for that play.
And there's that 2-man squad you were talking about here. Radon does the damage. They only need the Walrus
Okay, in
punch.
70 seconds, you can smoke out, look for that play. Assuming no one else dies here.
I have a sneak greater comeback than that.
What was he known for? Boots of Travel, Radiance, Juggernaut. You split push down the lane, you spin your TP out. There's nothing more North American than that.
Mass TP's the other side of the map. Liquid are going to find themselves not in a great position. That Burrow Strike came a little bit too early. Saberlight hit the window too early on and will quickly die for it, as
Stunning
will
ghost.
his supports.
Got spooked.
I mean, I can't believe Mickey and Bryle are still going after something here. They're going after Laurel. Laurel bumps himself up to the high ground. Okay, he's going to be good for now. Saberlight bought back into this game, TP'd in, and died immediately. That's a die back for Saberlight. Mickey still holding on to his only life here inside the Wukong's command, and eventually Radon is strong enough. A double beyond godlike for Team Spirit. If that doesn't tell you everything you need to know,
It's
Laurel
over.
and
It's
Radon.
It's over, Austin.
It's over.
You don't need to cast anymore. It's over.
Thank you.
It's been over for a little bit.
Hates Pugna though, so that there's a lot of heroes that hate each other in this game. I think that's why Miposhka's here, as Slacks was talking about earlier, is that he just sows
Chaos.
chaos.
And hatred.
Yeah. Hate. I was thinking of a word that was going to lead into hatred. Thank you
Right.
very
Really
much.
sounds like Miposhka, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
Everybody knows he's a chaotic type guy.
Yeah, very true, very true.
Turn to ban.
We got the Lycan and the Primal Beast taken out by Team Spirit. We are looking at a hero for Saberlight to still come out for Team Liquid.
I really like the Lycan ban. Having this like bunch of summons with the Nullifier later game, running at this Pugna and Shadow Demon just completely zoning them from the fight.
Team Spirit's turn to pick.
Ooh, and
Oh,
a Nick
that's-
coming out.
No BKB piercing stuns right now on the side of
Yeah.
Team Spirit. I guess that Bristleback band's actually kind of paying off for them right now. Is Gyro's banned as well? Is there any like obvious Eidolon clearing carries left in the pool? Alchemist is like the standard, but I'm pretty sure he had like an 0-10 win rate or something at Fissure Universe, so I'm just thinking of like standard lane counters in the carry role. Honestly, I do think Alchemist is the best pick, but
Oh, I got one.
maybe the Yatoro Sven.
Oh, I was gonna say Wraith King. I was going to say I swear to God, dude. It is one of the better matchups. It's not because you kill the Eidolons. It's because he can.
We played multiple games.
After 3 games, you're willing to make that statement?
Yeah, I am.
I was willing to make it before the tournament started, Austin. Spirit's always been the better team.
Wow.
Always will be the better team. What do you think about that decisive?
Well, they're lacking the third ring to prove it, but
Anyway, I have no bias towards either of these teams in this cast.
Of course.
I'm just excited to see good Dota played, and I think Liquid are going to put up more of a fight in this game too, because Tinker does not go down easy.
I mean, they put up a good fight in the first 15, 20 minutes of game 1.
Collapse is dead.
And they're putting
Also,
up a good fight right here. First blood for Mickey.
Mickey is by far the best carry Tiny right now.
Okay,
And I
he's the
think
best Furion. He's the best Tiny.
Yeah, those
Is
two
there
for
anything?
sure.
Okay.
And I think Liquid's win rate with his carry Tiny is some absurd amount, like in the last 30 years. I think it has to be over 75% for sure. It might be higher. So I have a lot of faith in the carry Tiny here for Liquid. I have a lot of faith in the Tinker to give them. You pull out of your uncle's shed that's been there for 30 years because you got to get to work.
But it still runs.
But it runs.
Still runs.
It runs like it did day one and it gets the job done. That's
right.
Wraith King. So when you gotta pull it out, you gotta pull it out.
Done right now, unless the job is dying, blocked in by the Eidolons a little bit. Okay, they do manage to get
That's
the return.
a Subaru right there. I really hope we don't have a car sponsor right now. Not hitting the right targets.
Mindlessly hitting the neutrals. Maybe they're taking away all the farm. I think they got a decent amount of that.
Those were some NA skeletons right there. I got the neutral.
March of the Machines, a snowball. It picks up, but okay, Disruption dodged that damage, sure, but he's still surrounded by heroes and will fall, as will Rue, as the tag team goes to work. They get the return kill on a box. He'd be well worth it for Liquid.
Liquid trying to pick up the pace here and get Bryle more activated. This is a classic. Whenever Liquid loses game one, they go back to the gaming.
With the tag team slowing him down. Good use of the Decrepify by Maposhka. Radon still on the run, though, with the snowball pick up onto the Enigma. Radon turns around, throws what damage he can at Saberlight, hoping to get the return kill. Magic Wand goes out, and it keeps Saberlight alive. No rebuttal here. Liquid up 2K.
Madstone on the ground.
Thank you.
Like this Shadow Demon cosmetic.
I think it's cool looking.
Okay. Okay.
Isn't that the whole point of cosmetics?
I was going to make a glance value argument here, but we'll save it for later. DD Bryle.
Value.
This is not the fight you want to be in right now if you're Spear.
Yeah, they saw the amp damage get picked up, but the fight still happens, and Bryle takes full advantage of the situation. Yeah, okay, the poison's not going to be enough damage. Bryle is going to be fine, and he will TP back to the fountain real quickly.
Is pretty good at. Let's track Wraith King. Gonna clear through some camps, clear through some waves.
Nikkei and Boxy are gonna sneak on by here as Collapse takes the farm under the tower. They thought to go into the triangle, instead they go back to Collapse. With the third hero joining them, and Saberlight looks like he went through the gate. The Malphite is slowing him down. The Ice Shards, it does not nab him. Collapse successfully gets away with a Stampede.
No black hole and no shard connection. Could have been a kill, but they will take the tower pressure anyway.
Flight chains, Rue.
Is that a black hole? I can't tell all. My glance value.
You're obnoxious as every Redditor. Bryle, he will manage to snag that kill eventually. And tower damage is being done. Yeah. Saberlight already took that safe lane tower, came through the gate, went to that bottom. They failed on the kill on the Centaur, sure, but the pressure is ramping up. They've taken that side lane tower. Now the mid tower is almost down, and Boxy just managed to take away the Arcane Rune away from Laurel. Now he is probably going to die for it. Let's see if Insani keep him alive. Yeah, managed to get a little bit of a barrier, and that is enough to keep him up. Disruption goes out onto Leshrac. He's going to come back into a slight. Can he survive, though? Decrepify goes off, gives him a little bit distance. Bottling up. Boxy chasing after him, trying to find the Laurel. Just managed to get him inside the snowball with the tag team. They'll put him down. Still, though, Team Spirit get the better of the engagement. A third kill for the one Leshrac.
Yeah, I feel like all the supports in this game are just way too good. It's salvaged a lot of tower push.
Boxy setting up the kill under Radon. They have to play this slow. He should have reincarnation if he wants to level it. If he feels like it's a good place to do so. He's going to die the first time. Does he want to level it up? Let's see, he walks away and goes for him. Does he pop it towards the end? He levels it up just the last second. Now he's going to come back on the second life, but Saberlight still in position, hit the black hole, managed to nab him, pulls him back in, especially with the shards right next to him. Radon is going nowhere, and he will die twice. Rue is still setting up some poisons. Perhaps they can get a return kill somewhere on this? Nope, Boxy walks it off.
Help.
Saberlight going to be found in the jungle here, backstabbed by Laurel. And he does have the rest of his team coming in behind him. Not enough to save him, I don't think. The shards, unless it's the beauty, it does manage to separate them a little bit. Saberlight's still on the run. He's got back to his team. Now with the barrier coming out from Insania, Saberlight feels like he can turn. He's got to be careful, though. Collapse is still going to sneak up on him. Hits it with a stomp. And the finishing blow, avalanche over the top. Saberlight somehow still alive. And all these heroes from Team Spirit, they're dropping fast. Saberlight still up. And the heroes of Team Spirit, they're just fully committed to this one. They're all going to die in order to get the offlaner of Team Liquid. 5-man wipe.
Tinker doing it all here. So much heal, so much sustain in this fight. If you don't bring that hero down, he wins all of these 5-on-5s. Just so many sleight of fist going off. And if you're looking at the damage from Spirit, it's all the Pugna, man. Second life are both garbage because you have nothing.
Yeah.
That's kind of the problem with the hero, right? Your ult is only as good as you're good in general. As Mikkei will just clean up a free Easter egg there. And he's so far behind. Who cares?
Well, he was conceptually good.
Yeah, of course. There's a reason that's super. I don't think there's any way you fight into Tinker Ember Mage Slayer here with these heroes.
Well, no, you screwed
No
up
shot.
when someone in black pants and black shirt shows up and tackles your
There's a
ass
guy
out of the
there's a guy in a suit motioning me right now. Oh, Bryle, he trapped himself. Unlucky. Look at snowballed out. Why is it always the North American players who get trapped on the map? You ever notice that? Like, lanes, they're free moves.
Yeah,
Free moves equal free money, Austin.
that's
Quote of the day.
it's something. Maybe we'll see the word of the day later on. Rue, he'll be run down here, but at least he got Laurel out of there. Jenkins somewhere was like, he just said word of the day. Clip that. Mickey tossed back, and the rest of the team is closing in.
This is where you wish you could turn your ult off.
Yeah,
I unskilled the guys, don't worry.
Man's not going anywhere. He's warp flared.
This is such a sad life. Is
He'll
he
get
even
that
gonna-
range creep. No, he doesn't get the range creep.
is he even gonna get radiance in this game? I don't even know if he's gonna get there. I
Yeah,
don't think he
they
is.
made big talk about the build-up man.
Just one, so this Enigma had less momentum. If all of that goes out the window, then yeah, you're in a very one-sided match here, and Tinker's just gonna take it over. I mean,
Oh,
he's
no.
just solo
He
killing
walked
Laurel.
into a sentry, and Insania has already locked him down with a warp flare. If they have more sentries, more dust, more detection, which of course Insania doesn't have because he is a core.
Yeah.
He's not a support anymore.
Honestly, this is one of those games where you don't even care you have the detection. Whatever. You want to go run off to the side of the map with Leshrac while I'm farming Ancients as a
Yeah.
5? Be my guest, brother.
Do a little catch and release, you know. Now Mickey is the one under a sentry. So no go here on Collapse. You can see Team Spirit doing a bit of ratting here. They'll catch Boxy
Okay.
getting too aggressive in the mid lane.
They got some.
They got something.
Could this be the entryway back into the game?
Yes. Start of the end for Team Liquid.
Not for Maposhka, but
Start of the end of Maposhka.
the rest of the team, could they make this an entryway back into the game?
Yeah, the question is, how do you ever catch Bryle?
That's a good
This
question.
team has no way to catch him.
You have to demonic purge him, which very difficult here.
Yeah, I mean, Bryle could always just slight before the stomp hits you. And as they realize they can't kill the Ember Spirit, they back away. Bryle is joined by his team. He pushes forward and finds the kill on Rue. But Team Spirit, they are getting a bit of ratting done. We do have...
That doesn't sound right, but okay.
It's right in a conceptual way.
Oh, okay, I see. You're stuck on that, huh? That's fine. Little black hole here. No, he doesn't want to throw it. Just think about it.
Lets him go.
Just the fear. Sometimes the fear of the black hole.
Of course, the fear of the black hole. Much more dangerous.
Yes.
Bottom tower has fallen. Radiant are
It's
scanning.
like the fear of getting hit with a fire axe. I genuinely believe that at some point Team Spirit just watch Ace play pubs. And they just rate how successful they're going to be in a patch based on how well Ace is doing in pubs. They're like, what's this guy's Underlord? Greaves pipe, Crimson win rate. 67%. Oh, God.
How can we
It's gonna be a rough
play an aura meta, guys? It's just impossible. All right, the kill Radon, and now they're going to let loose that black hole as Collapse will hold on to his Stampede, knowing that there is no escape.
Terrorized him with the threat of it long enough to unleash it. Another double damn. An embarrassing day one.
Yeah, this is a pretty embarrassing game for Liquid, that's for sure.
Yeah, I think a good team would have closed it out in like 5 minutes.
14,000 net worth in 22 minutes.
All right, Hail Mary smoke from Spirit. They have the Bloodstone on the Leshrac. This is the moment.
They are still going to be running into the Ember Spirit, so the smoke is not going to surprise
The
Liquid.
Radiance is done. The
They got
damage
him on the
is there.
stomp. They got him on the
The
ball.
two
Great
stunts.
fire blast.
They land.
They jump out, but it looks like the Ember Spirit may still die. No, he got picked up with the snowball, managed to slide Remnant away. Maybe they can run down Boxy. Maybe they can run down the other support as well. And Zany is in trouble, and he's out of mana. Laurel has found his mark. This pesky Leshrac. No, he got pushed back by the Warfare. Meanwhile, the right-hand side, they do manage to kill Saberlight. That's two
he
down
didn't
the side
die.
of Liquid. A combo goes out. Maposhka does die despite only one ring on Mickey. I can't believe he just managed to make that happen. Still, though, Split Earth is going to be able to land on him. Laurel is running out of mana, though, and Mickey hasn't run out of damage. He is threatened by that big old stick, but Radon is coming for some revenge. He backs up Laurel and is pushed forward. Hit by the slide again from Bryle. Slowed down a bit. Team Spirit Managed to
Roshan's
win
low.
a fight, but they don't take that much for it. Can they finish up Roshan?
Eidolon scouting. There's no way you can commit here,
Damn,
right?
Eidolons.
Dude, what a fight from Spirit, though. Honestly, they're so close to just wiping them there. And unfortunately, they did not pick up all those extra kills.
Liquid are just going to go right back to it, and the heroes of Team Spirit are a bit low, too. They're just going to run in, full health, and all these heroes smoked up. Avalanche, too. That's Radon, already out on his first life. Laurel's going to try and hit him with a splitter. Mickey is probably going to die in return. They do manage to get him. Radon does have a buyback if he wants to use it here, but the rest of the team looks like they may be able to fight without him, as just Barrett rallied around Laurel. His AoE damage is going to work. Still, though, Brile is healthy. Snowball on through to the back line. They already finished off Brew, and now they're going to take out Maposhka as well. Liquid certainly strong enough to win the second round of this bout, but Team Spirit do walk away with at least 2 of their core.
Those are big kills. Huge kills in terms of that gold swing. And suddenly this Shrek is pretty massive.
Yeah,
he's doing a lot of work in this fight.
launch now.
And they're just keeping him alive with the drain, the disruptions, the stampede. Got some tools to get Laurel in there. He is putting the team on his back right now. I do not know how Spirit got as much out of the sequence as they did.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. He has Searing Signet on the Leshrac.
That helps a lot.
So if he's alive in that fight and doing AoE damage, everyone's burning. He did 3,800
Are they
plus
gonna get
damage
Roche?
on that last team
Oh,
fight.
this is ballsy. They have Wraith King ult. They just don't have the DPS.
I mean, now they're dealing with Black Hole. Black Hole is back up. Where I believe the start of the first Roshan fight they had, I feel like it was on cooldown.
They're not dealing with Black. Liquid is dealing with Radon's ult right now. Wraith King reincarnation.
Of course. Woke up, move to the other side of the map,
This is a
try
nice
and
play.
set up some vision, perhaps get on a high ground.
This is a really nice play. You're preemptively setting up for
Boxy
Liquid.
gonna run into it. Oh, blink for blink. He does manage to dodge some of that, but his snowball will be his doom as he is rolled back and the rest of the team. Shards bumps him a little bit farther forward. They couldn't finish the last job. Not right away anyway. Radon running in some heroes. Laurel's in trouble.
He cannot
die.
die.
1-1, winning the fight. Disruption goes out. Tries to buy him a little bit of time. And Pulse Nova is going out. Now the Black Hole on to 2.
He healed
with
a lot.
nothing to stop it at the same time.
He healed a lot.
He's still off through all of this. Maposhka has kept him alive through the drain. And now Liquid are in a mosh pit of death at the AoE damage. Laurel just will not stop. Radon in the mix. A warp flare to push him back, but the stomp off through from Collapse. Team Spirit upsetting the odds will take down Liquid in this fight. Boxy, one final blow to try and finish up Collapse, but he should have gone for the head. He misses the shot, and Laurel walks away with their ultra.
Dude, this Leshrac is a beast. 7,300 damage. Just tanks through everything. I thought he was done after the disruption overlapped that stampede. And Law said, no, I want to be right
Next on Brile, and you shut down a lot of that heal that he's getting.
That's the goal.
And all of that, Mickey get a lot of information, but
Too fast.
ran into Sentry here, dropped in the middle of them. Laurel,
This is
he's going to
Aegis.
stay on to Mickey. Nice use of the toss there to separate the two. He didn't want to be in part of that fight. Well, Brile, he runs into him on the other side of the river, just trying to slow him down. Head for the hills. Boxy probably going to die here as his Blink Dagger still on cooldown. Team Spirit will finally catch something. Not a core, but...
There's just no way you want to commit for a 5-on-5 fight there if you're Liquid lanes, and I don't think it's an obvious choice because Tinker puts you in these really awkward positions.
yeah.
Your catch is pretty bad, your lane shove is okay.
And once you start splitting apart to be able to deal with the lanes, Liquid are going to
Aegis
pounce
is
and try and
out.
get pick off. Laurel is going to get forced staffed away. Saberlight, he didn't commit for the Black Hole. May still have an opportunity to do
He's
so with the
going
Warp
in.
Flare. Now he's going to be able to commit. And Rue had already used the disruption. Got him inside the card. Collapse. What a save. And now he goes back in for the kill. Snowball picked up onto Mickey. Mickey turns back around, trying to deal with Radon.
want
Not
the
sure
Tinker.
who he wants to go for. Laurel's in the middle of all of this, though, with the Leshrac. Gets pushed away by the Warp Flare. Good use of that one, while Insania stopped. Will not be able to TP out of this one. Collapse puts him down. Mickey still swinging in the middle of this one. Brow's into a bit of trouble. Nice use of the disruption.
Laurel out of
Dodging
mana.
that damage. Collapse got away. Brile up on the high ground here, stuck up on a cliff.
In
Or does
Arteezy.
that mean just Radon can't find him anymore? As now he's going to be run down by Liquid off the buyback from Insania. They know they've got the defensive measures. Radon can't push the damage through. He will fall a second time.
A very important buyback from Insania to secure that. It just sustains through it. It's too much HP.
And they don't have buybacks. Mickey is a carry tiny. These builders going to drop fast. Team Spirit can't do anything to stop it. This is looking like it could be just a full lane. Is Harpoon back in? Maposhka going to be in some trouble with the Shivas running him down. Disruption goes off, sure, but you're probably coming back into a slight or a toss or an avalanche or just a good old-fashioned
Or the
warp
cart?
flare
Wait,
grab.
what?
No, the cart.
What?
The warp flare, did it disjoint the cart grab somehow?
He got disjointed on the pickup, or he just misclicked it? It looked like he was in the middle of grabbing him. Unlucky.
Yeah, that seemed pretty unlucky, and there it goes. Full lane. 5 seconds back up, though, for Radon. Team Liquid, are they going to keep the pressure up? Because Reincarnation is still on cooldown for 65 seconds. You could deliver a knockout blow, or you could reset here and play for the next Roche.
Roche can spawn in a minute. That's not a very value push. Even if you get another lane there, it's not worth risking a lost fight.
You almost have the Ags on the Tinker. He becomes a fourth.
By creeps, they're going to have to make a call here. They're going to have to go through your vision to get there. And they're going to have to fight into that BKB black hole to do it into the Tinker marches. Very tough fight to take.
Team Spirit, they put together one hell of a miracle before, but it seems like a second one is an impossibility here. You give up Rue, I mean, they're getting close to the pit. I just can't imagine trying to take this 4 versus 5. So they push in the mid lane.
Correct maneuvering from Liquid here. And they will get the Aegis, and they'll get the issue. If they could solve it, it would make the fights easier. If this Wraith King can build enough DPS that he comes online and can be a threat to the Tinker lane, right? If you get to Nullifier territory, that changes the fight dynamic as well.
Yeah.
He's so far behind.
They just don't have the heroes for that. Mickey, spots collapse, and they'll knock him around here a little bit. Meanwhile, Insania does get gone on by Radon, but he can protect himself pretty easily. He'll go back to deal with Collapse, who no point in using his ultimate. There's just too many stuns. Braille trying to catch more, but
getting shrink rate here. It's a bit demoralizing.
their chances to win this game as Liquid getting a good hold of the map now. Top lane pretty pushed in, mid and bottom are pushed in, and they will go for the high ground assault with 3 minutes left on the Aegis. Split Earth, pulled it back in, got a quick grab though onto Maposhka. Just who they needed to kill.
That was just too easy. I mean, that is the one guy you got to protect here if you're Spirit. There was no cleanse, no disruption, no force staff in time. No stampede because the Centaur's dead.
Nullifier goes out on a Mickey, and he harpoons him and runs away. A buyback from Maposhka on that maneuver.
He cannot die again. Absolutely cannot afford to die again here. You gotta find an angle in this fight. You're waiting for the Centaur.
Dire's middle barracks.
8 more seconds.
Back up. They're just gonna go through top lane maybe.
Well, they're gonna try again, see if they can fish for something off of the ward, but Team Spirit playing pretty careful. Get the D ward without risking any positioning of any heroes.
I think you have to find a smoke angle in this game if you're Spirit. You gotta smoke around the back or side. Maybe on a high ground ward you can place it. They have one here. You just gotta find supports or something.
Go after Mickey.
He's an isolated target.
He is a little bit isolated, and Insania's gonna try and teleport to him, get stomped up immediately, and they will try and run him down with the Stampede. They surely got him. Now
that
he's
is
dead.
massive. No buyback.
Split Earth on 2. Good setup by Laurel. Boxy snowballs up. Buys himself a little bit of time, but he's going straight into the 5-man of Team Spirit. 1 pickoff turns to 2, and that was a dieback earlier from the Tinker. Remember, he bought back long ago, so that is 100 seconds, Team Spirit. They've effectively just killed the Aegis window for Liquid.
He just did not get the blink off after the TPN. It was a very fast hoof stomp, but he had the second to do it. It was not an instant frame, so he is swinging like a truck.
Boxy, tons of utility, no Aghanim Scepter, spots Maposhka. Ooh, that's a dream kill. Brew is also acceptable. The dieback on Maposhka would have been great. They got Maposhka anyway. He tries to save Brew, and he gets tossed in, sandwiched upon Mickey.
No buy.
Finds the second opener, and now Team Spirit, despite the Divine Rapier coming in, it feels like this is going to remain an impossibility even if he can get that item.
He might get caught here too.
Yeah, he has to kind of desperately try and push out, has to BKB immediately. TP? I mean, Foxy's around, so he can't TP away. Laurel's going to have to fight for this. He gets in there. Split Earth, hits Mickey.
Got a
down
damage.
to about half HP. Demonic Purge also going out. Warp Flare trying to create some distance while he snowballs Mickey away, allows him to blink out. Very nicely played. Bryle constantly in their face, interrupting them. Collapse is going to pick up Laurel and carry him away. This is going to be another dieback as Rue disrupts himself, but stuck in Black Hole.
Why not?
Know that the death of the supports leaves a huge opening for
Divine.
Team Spirit or Team Liquid.
Divine Rapier flying in right now to Yatoro. He will just complete it. This has got to make something magical happen here. You're missing both supports. No buybacks available. Radon, what can you do? Who can you kill?
Where's the opening? Who's he going to jump on first? Laurel trying to force a reaction. Saberlight immediately used the black hole to him. They got him inside the Stampede. Pickup card. Collapse trying to drive him away. Laurel gets off his BKB and he's going to fight it out with Radon. Radon dead on the first life. Coming back soon though with his Divine Rapier. Can he push through? Collapse with a buyback trying to get on top of them here, but his stomp is on cooldown. He backs away. Radon backs away. They are running out of lives on Spirit.
Running out of lives, running out of time, running out of options. This Divine is only worth as much as the Wraith King can hit people. He just doesn't have BKB for these fights. Still waiting for the cooldown, 5 seconds. For this Wraith King BKB to make your last stand.
Mickey, Warp player, Centaur at half HP. Radon goes for him though. Harpoon tries to put the damage. The screws onto Mickey. It really doesn't work. A 4-staff gets him away, and Radon is used to BKB for pretty much nothing. One swipe on a Bryle shows that even Bryle is tanky enough to stand up against that Divine Rapier. Knockout punch from Bloxy. With the snowball, not quite enough. Mapocha managed to keep him alive, but inside the pit, Laurel's already dead, and there's no buyback for him. Radon will get back to the fountain. Divine Rapier still in hand, but will he end the game with a loss on a Divine Rapier still in his inventory?
Not doing you any good on the final score screen.
He picks up a Blink Dagger, but immediately canceled by the laser. He gets tapped by that one. The throne is going to die, and sure enough, Radon, he will take the loss. Still holding on, still clutching.